welcome to Corina's Cantina here at the Tiny Bar. Yes, it is that time of year that we're going to get back at it. I have a special guest here at Corina's Cantina. You know, it's all about that positive vibe. I like to share my platform here at my house, para la gente. Whatever, baby, music, stories, all that good stuff. Nothing but positive vibes. That's all we have here. So today in casa, I have a very special guest. She is a local girl here in the 831. She is a local realtor. Recently, hola, welcome for joining. Recently became a realtor. And she also has some wonderful information here at the 831 of her father, which is David Nunez, which is, if you don't know, is a local icon here in the 831 with us. And we'll get more into that. But with that being said, let's get started. You know, with all these shenanigans, and thank you so much for joining us here at Corina's Cantina. Hola. So I present to you today Miss Lavine Nunez. So welcome. Let's take this down.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about how you got started. Let's talk here. I know you're a local girl here doing good, but you know, tell us what you've been up to, how you got started, what you work in.
Okay, so I'm Lavine Nunez. I was born and raised in Salinas. Actually, here on the east side. We are on the east side of Salinas right now.
That's right.
I went to Alcacel and Alisal High, and now I'm a realtor. I'm with Dreamhouse Realty. So
nice. And before you became a realtor, tell me, what were you working? What field were you working in before you became a realtor?
I actually was an escrow officer for a very long time. I was in the industry for many years. I worked in Monterey, Carmel, and Salinas.
Nice. And so tell me, what made you decide to become a realtor? Do you want to take it to that next step, or what was the reason of you becoming a realtor?
I actually always wanted to be a realtor. I always imagined that. I just really did think that I can just take off.
Yes.
It was my time. It was my time, Karina, and I took the leap and I did it, and I love every minute of it.
It's a wonderful thing. And we're talking earlier saying that you were a courier. So you were taking the checks to the realtors, but then you decided, wait a minute, I'm going to get these checks all of a sudden. I think that is so cool.
Yes, actually I started from the bottom. I was in Maui, Hawaii, and I used to deliver checks to all the realtors. So now I'm receiving the checks.
which is nice. That's always a wonderful thing. And tell me, that we have people watching us. Can you tell us a little bit of tips of people that are interested in purchasing their first home? What kind of tips or ideas you can give them to get them on the right track to purchase their home?
So for everybody who wants to purchase a home, my first advice would be is stop using your credit cards. Stop. And then save a little bit of money.
Yes.
So save a little bit of money, and then I would introduce you to a loan officer. There's lots of great loan officers here in Monterey County. And then you would save. I would tell you every week, save a little bit, put a little bit of money in your savings account, because even for first-time home buyers, you still want money in the bank.
You want to have that little cushion, so you have a little something.
You always need a cushion. Yes. I don't care what anybody says. You need cushion to be a home buyer.
That's wonderful. And what about? I know that it's been sometimes some rough times for people that have lost their home or had short sales. They can start over, correct? They can start from bottom again and get back in the business of purchasing another home for themselves.
Oh, absolutely. 2008, that's water under the bridge.
Nice.
Like if you lost your home back then or had a short sale, it's a good time to
the ropes, to get you going on there. And so I know recently you have made a couple of sales. I see you've made some sales.
I have.
Nice. Congratulations. That's wonderful. That's good. So thank you so much for sharing that information. They can find you. I will put her information on here regarding the realtor and figuring out, if you need help, you have any more questions, I'll definitely put some information if you want to get a hold of Miss Lavine for your needs. It'd be wonderful. We're in this all together. She is the 831 realtor, born and raised here. And it's a wonderful thing. Why not support her? Give her that business, mi gente. You know how we do. Turning it over, I'm really excited because Lavine is going to talk about her dad, the late David Nunez. And he is an icon, a legend here in my eyes here in the 831. He is one of the 3 founders of Lowrider Magazine. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we talk about him and that we continue his legacy. It's so important to tell the stories. It's so important for everybody to know that got to put our little seed in there. And they did that little seed. They wanted wonderful presentation of the Chicanos. And they did that. The beautiful cars, the magazine that they did, in a positive light. And so that being said, Miss Lavine, can you give us a little bit more about your dad and his legacy of what he did for us?
My dad was David Nunez. He was one of the founders of Lowrider Magazine. There was three of them. It was Larry, Sonny, and David Nunez. He started in the 70s, and actually this right here was the first original Lowrider Magazine.
Nice.
That he had given to his mother that was passed on to me. My father loved photography, so he was actually the photographer of Lowrider Magazine in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. And that's how he got started, through the photography is what he started out. That was his thing.
Yes, he did.
Nice, nice. And then actually starting off with that, I know that apart from this, I want to jump all over because I know he did so many wonderful things in the area. They did do a play we were talking about earlier.
Yes. That
was with Philip Tabera and your dad, David Nunez. You can go onto YouTube and find that, The Realisal. I'll definitely put more information on this page here so you can take a look and check it out. It is so cool. It talks, before their time. They're putting their statement, they're doing their thing, and it's a wonderful thing. Going back to your dad, tell me when you're a little girl and the memories that you have with your dad.
Oh boy.
Talking about you making the Lowrider Magazine, stapling, and all that wonderful things.
I made these. My sister and I were Lisa. We made them. We were like in an assembly line with my mom, Gloria Acosta, and other people, Loretta, Richard, and other friends, my dad's friends. We were in an assembly line, and we would put one to another, and we were making child labor because I believe I was like 6 or 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old at the time. So, yes, the memories I have of my father is always attending car clubs. He did the Cinco de Miles here in Salinas. He was always involved in the community, the culture recruit program. Very involved in everything, baseball, football, with the kids, anything to do with children. My dad was there helping.
That's a wonderful thing. I know that he was also really good friends with the late Juan Martinez.
Yes, he was.
That was, and those are luchadores. These guys were in there. They meant business, and it's a wonderful thing when you go into your community and you give back to your community. And, it's a hard thing because of the times that we live in. Sometimes we say, well, the other person can do it. No, you can do it. Whatever it may be, whatever gift you have, whatever strive, everybody can put their little piece in. This is what these men did. They took it forward. They had a vision. They followed it through, and they gave back to the community, which I think is a wonderful thing. And it's so important that we remember that and that we share these stories. It's all about our oral history to carry on to the younger generations on there. But going back to another one, a nice tip that we talked earlier, Miss Lavine, is that chicas, let me tell you, there was a ladies' car club in this area called the Brown Satin Show, and it was founded by Pat Acosta and her sisters and many friends. So I think it's a wonderful thing. They already had the vision. They were paving the way for us Chicanas to keep on going. So a shout out to them, kudos to them, and I think it's important that we share their history. So if you want to elaborate a little bit more on your tias and your family.
Oh my goodness. So if anybody knows my family, the Costas, they're on Wyron Street, aka the block. My aunt Pat Acosta was the president of the Brown Satins, and it was the girls' car club, or just a girls' club. And she did lots of things for the community. Oops, no, I'm not drinking. She did a lot of things for the community.
Now that's a lie. We're at a cantina, Lavine. So it's a wonderful. And then what do you think motivated Pat to get it going? Was it because the guys were not letting them drive the cars and want to have their own club? What do you think inspired them as women to have their own car club?
My Aunt Pat, if you knew her, or one of your family members, if you're from Salinas, somebody of your family member has to have known her. One of the Costas. I mean, there were 10 girls, a huge family, beautiful, beautiful women with long hair. That's my mama, Gloria. Anyways, she was very involved in the community, so she loved everybody and everything, and she always liked to be up in the mix anyway.
Okay, but and she probably felt that there was a niche, or there was a need to have a club for the chicas, not just all the men.
She always said like Chicana power.
Yes, I love it. I love the name Brown Satins. It's wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
And going back to your dad, where do you think he got inspired to do this? Did he have any when he was growing up that he thought, this is what I want to do? Where do you think your dad got involved? What was his motivation to get involved and do this?
My dad always loved cars, and my dad only liked classic cars.
What were his favorite cars?
55 Chevy.
That was his car. That was his ride.
The Chevys are his main thing.
Okay.
55 Chevys, and actually now I know everybody of course, Dad, they have to restore them or
Yes.
up them, but
Yes.
he loved originals. He loved everything original, and if he can find anything original, that would be my dad.
He was on a hunt for
He
that.
loved cars.
So
My
his
dad's
passion
whole
was
thing
for cars.
My dad's passion was cars.
Wonderful.
He loved cars. He loved Chevys. Anything Chevy, actually. He knew every car. And he loved songs and oldies.
That was his jam. That was his... Hola, mi gente. We're back here at Corina's Cantina. Yes, I'm going to come closer here so you can check out some artifacts. They're the original Lowrider Magazine she has here. And then we'll take a picture. We'll show a picture of her dad, too. So, si yes, mi gente, stay tuned. Let's get this going here. So, let's come over here. We're going to take a look here. This is the first edition, which happens to have my prima on the front cover. Go figure. That's a wonderful thing. Check it out. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we will take a look here. Here is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. David Nunez. Yes. Historical icon in the Salinas Valley. And today we are honoring his legacy here with his daughter, which is a beautiful thing. It's always wonderful to remember the people that antepasados that come before us and appreciate the work that they've paid for us. Check out this ride. Yes, 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 yes. So, Miss Lavine, tell me, how does it feel to be the daughter of David Nunez and all the wonderful work that he's done? That says it all. That says it all. I mean, that, hey, sometimes not saying anything says a whole lot. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here, sharing your history, sharing the wonderful work that your dad has done. It's a beautiful thing. And that you carry on his legacy.
My dad is a one-of-a-kind man. He had the biggest heart and the biggest smile. And he was always so happy that I've ever met in a man.
Wonderful, wonderful. Did you ever think about like doing any photography your dad's done? Did you have any interest in anything of that, or continue with his legacy here? We did talk earlier. You said you have a brother.
Yes.
Okay, and can you speak a little bit about what he's doing and taking on what he's doing?
Yes, my brother David Nunez, actually Jr. He's actually He's actually in this Lowrider magazine, but my dog ate it. So he's actually doing not a magazine, but more online.
Okay.
Everything's done online now.
Yes,
so
everything's so digital now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
digital online. It's the Low and Slow magazine.
Low and Slow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And where can we check him out? Does he have an Instagram, or
yes,
what does he have on there?
Low and Slow.
Okay, definitely. I'll put that on here so
Yes,
people can also
yes.
follow him and check him out. You know,
And he's
especially.
David Nunez Jr., sorry.
Nice. No, wonderful. David Nunez Jr. And I think, and seeing, actually recently, I don't want to say any wrong facts, but I know that they were trying to bring back cruising. We're hearing about the little movement on there. I don't know too much about it, but I am going to definitely investigate that. I think it's a wonderful thing. If you think back, even here in Salinas, the cruising. Wow. When you're old enough, if you know, I was toward the end of it. So I did get a little bit of Allison. I did a little bit of Main Street, but I'm sure way before us, they had, that cruising going on, doing their thing. It's a good thing. Did you get to experience cruising here in the 831?
Yes, I got in a lot of trouble.
Okay. Well, the good thing is that you're still here with us today. So that's a good thing. That's a plus and all that going on. And tell me about the brown satins. I'm just so fascinated with that. How long after did they last? Was it just like it ran its course, or did they stay relevant for a quick minute, or what was their history like?
Oh my goodness. Like, my Aunt Pat she was like my father.
Okay.
Actually, my Aunt Pati, we call her Pati, she was like my dad. If I could compare one person to my father, it would be my Aunt Pat.
Okay.
So, and that's really hard because my dad, I put him up here
On a pedestal. Yes.
Like you can't say, "Oh, you look like your dad" or "You act like your dad." No,
You're like,
you better.
no.
You
better hold your own.
You better hold your own because.
Yes.
And the only person I think that could even make something like that,
Yes. Would
besides
match.
my sister Lisa, because she has a heart of gold, is
It's okay. It's okay.
Is my aunt, Pati, she had a heart of gold as well, but her passion to help people and just to do things was right at that level of my father.
Of your father.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And she did so many wonderful things. And I don't know, they did like trucha. They had so much stuff going on. She was very, very involved in the community. In the
community.
In the 70s.
Yes, which is
and
nice.
I was a little girl, so I could just kind of remember
bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces,
yes.
And then the rest was all hearsay.
And you know what's so crazy, because you're going through, you're not realizing that you're making history. Because we're little, we don't know any better, but it's wonderful because you're a part of a history that is wonderful here in the 831. And I think it's so wonderful that we hear about people here in the 831, because unfortunately, here in the 831, we get a bad rap. And you know that. We're this, we're that, blah, 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 this and that. But how blah 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 this and that, but how about the good people? How about the people want to make a difference? And they're out there, and I truly feel that we need to share that. We need to share their stories. We need to let them know that we can do it. Yes. So I appreciate you coming here to Corina's Cantina, the tiny bar, sharing this wealth of information. Is so important. It's so important to pay it forward and to share it with the world, you know. And thank you so much for about the realtor, the information too, because that's a wonderful thing for people looking, you know, to purchase their first home or even investment. Because now we're talking to people who make investments. That's a wonderful thing. So maybe not your first one. Maybe you already have a home. Maybe you need to buy another home. You know, make that money, secure yourself. And you know, and this is the chica that can help you with that, Miss Lavine Nunez. I'm so very proud of her. Congratulations
on your dreams come true.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can. And with that being said, you know, and I'm so proud of you. And I thank you so much. I really appreciate sharing your dad's story. That warms my heart. And it's a wonderful thing. Corina's Cantina is all about that positive vibe. And I want to have a platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Lavine, for being here at Corina's Cantina, the tiny bar. You know how we do. Y con eso te digo, mi gente.